Everyone, Steadfast2277 here, and today we're going to be working on this 2007 Toyota Camry. Now the problem that we're having with it is that as we're driving it, we're getting some little bit of a wiggle in the ass end and a lot of clunking. So I went underneath there, and this is if you're experiencing this too, not just on this car, but on any other vehicles as well, right? You come down in the back here, you're going to see this rear end sway bar end link. Right, you can see how it's moving. Not supposed to do that. And if you come over here, and then this bar, so you got one here, and you got one on the other side as well, right? That piece right there. And then you have the sway bar that goes from here, attaches the bottom of this, goes up under, and it goes all the way across the other side to the other one, just like this. And it's have some play in this as well. So we're gonna replace the bushing in this. Not too hard at all. Shouldn't take long. Anyone can do this at home. So let's get to it. What you're gonna want to do is take a 3/16 Allen key and a 14mm wrench. You're gonna put the wrench on first, and you're gonna put your Allen key in, and you're gonna go the opposite direction, and you're gonna keep going until the nut comes off. Now, so why you're doing that is because the center of your sway bar has an Allen key spot in it, so you're not going to be able to just take a regular 14mm socket on there and take it off, because it's just going to keep rotating and spinning inside. So you can do the same for the bottom and the top, and the same on the other side as well. And if yours is rusted on there like mine is, where we live in New England, so we got a crap ton of snow. Excuse the wind. You're gonna take a pair of vice grips, clamp it on the back side of the sway bar, have it up against something like that, and just keep on going. What that's doing is it's causing the back part not to spin, which is what the Allen key, which would have prevented it from doing, but mine was rusted in there and stripped. And there you go. Make sure you put it back in the same way you took it out. And now what you're gonna do is take a 12mm to this bottom bolt here, and this top bolt here. And that should be able to give you enough room to be able to replace that bushing. You're also going to want to unbolt the top bolt right there. That'll take off the back bracket and drop it down. Now we're going to replace this old worn out bushing with a fresh new one. Alright, so what you want to do is you're going to put on your sway bar end link first, put it in the holes, and then bolt it on just a little bit, not just so it doesn't pop out, right? You're going to take it and just going to spin it on there a little bit, that's it. You're going to now come back over to your bushing, make sure it's out, all 3 bolts are out. You're now going to get it in there. And everything's gonna be a little bit snug, a little bit tougher, because it's all fresh, new pieces. Alright, now by now you should know that I only use Moog parts. That's what I used in my last video with the Jeep and the front end parts, and whoever other vehicle I work on, I always recommend Moog. Now, the best to me, my personal opinion, are one of the best, and here's an example of just why. Here's the stock one, right? You see any grease fittings on that? because I don't. Boom, right there. We got a grease fitting to make it last longer. And on top of that, you see an Allen key hole in there? You see one in there? No, it's about better, smarter design. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna install the sway bar link right in here. And now you're going to go ahead, you're going to bolt them both down. You're going to want to stick this in here because there's a little square notch that's in there. It's going to spin it. We're going to put that in there and you're going to bolt it on down all the tight as you can go. It's going to stop at one point and then that's as tight as it's going to go. And you're going to make sure you're going to grease up these fittings right here on top and bottom just to make it last a little bit longer. Even though they come already pre-greased, we're going to grease them up anyways. And that is it. There's no more clunking. There's no more fishtailing a little bit from the rear end. It is nice, straight, comfortable, smooth sailing. Nothing like that. So that's what you're gonna do if you hear a little bit of clunking, or you're feeling a little swoosh whoosh in the back, a little sloppy in the back. Just go back underneath there and give them a little pull, the sway bar, and see if it's a little bit loose. If it is a little loose, it's not that hard of a job. You can do it yourself. It's a nice, cheap DIY thing at home to make your ride a little bit more smoother, a little bit comfortable, and less noisy. Now, there's another thing that it could be. Obviously, it could be your struts or your shocks in the rear end. That's why you're sailing like a Cadillac, the old term back in the day. But in order to do that, what you're gonna do is you're gonna push down on your car, and if it levels out pretty quickly, you don't need to replace them. But if it keeps on bouncing and whatnot, then I would highly recommend you replace those shocks or struts, because it's going to lead to problematic things in the long run. Worse fuel economy, you could wear out your suspension, and a non-comfortable ride. So it's definitely something you want to look into and consider as well. So yeah, so thank you for watching this video. Like, share, subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate it, but you do you, and you guys have a fantastic night. Thank you.